Hey everybody, this is Minibot and I'm here to tell you about my favorite games of 2016. Disclaimer, this is my first video of the sort. I hope you enjoy it, and it's about games I've played in 2016, not games that came out in 2016. Civilization 6. Civilization is a staple in the industry and also in my life. I've been playing Civ since the second installment came out in 1996. That means that I've been playing on and off for the last 20 years, and there's a lot of reasons for that. First of all, I'm a big fan of board games, and Civ is like a giant board game you can play alone. Second, it's easy to jump into, but deep enough to keep you coming back for more. Third, every installment has been staying true to their style while upgrading graphics and implementing new mechanics. There's tons of leaders to choose from, each with a slight difference that alters your gameplay or strategy slightly. There's different ways to win, there's random map generators and millions of mods. The jump from Civ 5 to 6 doesn't seem so big, but one thing they did try to fix was that most of your gameplays in Civ 5 would revolve around the same starting technologies, the same strategies, the same playthrough. Also, a lot of players said about Civ 5 that your strategy doesn't even matter if you don't get a good start. Where you started on the map was the most important thing in the game. Civ 6 offers new systems that try and almost succeed in rectifying this, and after 100 hours I already feel my interest dwindling. However, since I was still playing Civ 5 up until the release of this one with about 850 hours clocked in, and the changes in Civ 6 are not enough a breath of fresh air to get me fully addicted again. That being said, I still play a few hours a week, mesmerized by the rise and fall of nations, and I simply love when I get to dethrone a king. Fallout 4. Fallout is also a game series that has been in my life for a long time. I've played the first when I was younger and never finished it. I did play a lot of Fallout 3 on my PS3 and enjoyed New Vegas as well, even if that one felt unfinished. The first thing I did when I got my new computer was replay Fallout 1 and complete it. I fired up Fallout 2 right after, but after only 1 hour I felt like I needed to catch up with the times, and also, fuck that cave with all the geckos. The game's great, I love dystopian settings, the character customization is deep, and the stories got me involved instantly. I finished the game at 100 hours exactly, and to be honest, the last 20 were a bit of a drag for me, but that's because I rarely play games past the 40-hour mark, except Civilization 5 of course. I've tried a bit of mods and the survival modes, and that alone can give you hundreds more hours. Once I finished it, I felt like trying a different game, but I know I will be revisiting the Wasteland in the future, as even after 100 hours of the vanilla gameplay, I feel like I've missed a lot of content. There's tons of weapons to be crafted and collected, locations to be explored, enemies to be massacred, and settlements that need your help. After Fallout 4, I thought I needed another first-person shooter, but with more action. I checked the reviews and decided on Far Cry 4. The thing that convinced me was the amazing graphics, the open world, and the fact that a lot of people online were saying the fourth one was the best one. I was immediately entranced. It had, of course, a very different feel when compared to Fallout 4, with more fast-paced action and a very natural feel to the world, and it ran smooth. So smooth. This was my first taste of high quality FPS in a long time, and I wasn't disappointed. I stopped playing this game at around 40 hours, finishing about 50% of the game. That being said, one of my friends finished the story within 30 hours just by running and charging through everything, while I prefer to sneak around and replay outposts until I get a perfect score. The main reason I stopped playing is that although it was still fun, it was starting to be quite repetitive and some of the missions started feeling like a grind. It's still a great game to sink your teeth in, however, with hundreds of collectibles, a lot of action, challenges that you can accomplish in different ways, and a story progression. Definitely a labor of love. The game could use more different units, however.
Ruin has come to our family. You remember our venerable house? Opulent and imperial.
Darkest dungeon. I like Lovecraftian affairs, but outside of some board games. I never really played anything this mind affecting, so this was a first for me. It was a love-hate relationship between this game and I. However, at that time it's what I needed. The difficulty, the involvement, the strategy are all great and demanding, and you really feel like you're playing something special when you're fully invested. I often had to take breaks to avoid destroying furniture or having to drink my sorrows away. I clocked out at 30 hours because I lost my prime team and I kinda got stuck in a sort of vicious loop where the difficulty was too high and my other characters were not strong enough and I couldn't accomplish anything. And I didn't have the heart to restart the game. Yup, the game definitely beat me. It's a great game though, it's just not for everyone. There's a lot of different units, each with their own playstyle, a high enough diversity of monsters, interesting and unique mechanics, the art is great, the ambience is amazing, the narrator will stay in your head for months. I highly recommend it. Rogue Legacy. My first dab into roguelike games. I didn't understand at first that you're supposed to die a million times. My friend witnessed a few meltdowns here, but this game has certainly helped me control my anger while playing video games. I stopped playing at New Game Plus Plus at around 30 hours. I recently got a controller and I've reinstalled it and I still love it just as much. It's great, it's addictive, it's super responsive, it's randomly generated, the difficulty curve is bearable, it's rewarding, the graphics are great, the gameplay is smooth as a baby's bottoms, there's enough customization and unlockables to keep you coming back for at least 1,000 deaths. I have nothing bad to say about this game. I got it during the Steam winter sale and played a bit with my lady friend who, even though new to video games, could keep up and actually enjoyed it. We have since stopped playing together since she doesn't particularly enjoy me yelling commands at her. I played with 4 people over 2 controllers. Yup, that's 4 people using only 2 controllers on Christmas Day, and everyone had fun, even the couple who hates video games. That's a rare feat. Near the end of the night we fired it up again, this time playing 2-player co-op with one of my friends who used to be a chef. Having worked in the service industry myself, we realized that working kitchens is an amazing life skill, and soon the whole party was watching us cook and slice and chop and bake. A downside is that I hate playing it alone, so I need to wait for a buddy to come over and play, which is harder than it sounds when you're in your 30s. It's great, has an original idea, great graphics, challenging gameplay, smooth controls, it's super addictive, and you can play on your keyboard, not only with controllers. Mini Metro! What a nifty little surprise. It's gonna sound weird, but this is the game I play before going to bed. It's quite relaxing, even if you're making decisions every second, and the game produces its own music, which is perfect for the style. The graphics are on point as they resemble Metro or Subway maps. The controls are simple and intuitive. There's enough challenges to keep you coming back, and they're still releasing new maps. I love this game, definitely worth grabbing. Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. Last game here. I haven't played much of this game to be honest, but it's on the list because my lady friend who is new to video games got instantly hooked to it. Great graphics, interesting mechanics, puzzles, and a cute story. Check it out. This concludes Minibot's favorite PC games 2016 edition. I hope you enjoyed it. I know there's a lot of room for improvement, so if you want to make any suggestions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. I will see you in 2017. Thank you for watching. You're already 2017, right? I'm recording in 2016, but you guys are probably watching this 2017. See ya.